Hi dear friends, this is our SpeakUp Live Discussion number 10 with our students from intermediate group. Today we are going to talk about the news. To be more specific, about fake news. So first of all, let's see, why do some people and companies decide to share and publish the news? Well, to be honest, you never know their real purpose, but there are different factors that have influence on sharing or publishing the news. Well, there is a general definition for news, or the purposes that the news companies of course, should have for publishing news. Let me read it from an online article that I found on the internet. The original and simple purpose of news is this: news is that part of communication that keeps us informed of the changing events, issues, and characters in the world outside. Though it may be interesting or even entertaining, the foremost value of news is as a utility to empower the informed. Yeah, you heard me right. So this is the news company's purpose should be to inform the people and to empower the people who are being informed about the news, events, or issues around them. So this is a general definition of news, but let's see what happens in reality. Not all the company's purposes are to inform or to empower the people, but it is different. For example, those are biased and prejudiced. Some of them are fake, and they have different purposes. Some of them probably want to increase the number of their subscribers in their social channels, or if they are a very reputable and very big news companies, they want to get as more clients or clickbaits, as we say it, as possible, so they can in the future monetize that attention or that number and amount of customers. It is money, of course. This is a very big challenge, and today we are going to talk about this topic. But here are several ways that you can use to avoid the misinformation and fake news on the internet. Let's go through one by one. So step number one is this: alter your sharing behavior and take more time to consider the sources of the information. So you do not have to say that if the news is published on the internet, it should be true or I should trust it. So first, before you even try to get some news, or before you decide that you wanted to get news on some topics, first of all, you need to decide your sources. It should be reliable. Step number two: seek out a variety of different news sources and consider paying for access to reputable news sources if you are in a position to do so, to ensure that accurate news is available when you need it. That is very true. So if you have money, if you can afford it, pay for some extra money for really reliable and true news. If the company, news company, asks you for $1, $10, or $5, if you have that money, please pay, so you do not waste your precious time on fake news. So if you pay money, there is a logical explanation that is expecting us. It should be, the news should not be fake, it should be accurate. So please do so if you have money, if you can afford it, of course. And step number three: educate yourself and be skeptical of information you encounter. So if you want to get some news about some topic, first of all, learn about that topic a little, and then be skeptical of information that you see. So do not accept everything that you see. If you see something, go online and go to Google, let's say, and check the opposite information. Let's see what the opposite side gives you. And next one is: arming yourself with a critical filter may help protect you against misinformation that you would otherwise accept at face value. Yeah, that is true. Number four: reconnect with yourself and your communities so you can have better relationships with the information and the world around you. That is also very true. So if you have a community of friends, colleagues, or let's say a community in your city, or friends that usually talk about the special topics, so make sure that you go around, ask their opinions and their news sources and their beliefs and their agreements or disagreements on on the topic. Then make your decisions and then make your mind about the specific topic. So be skeptical. Number five: Advocate for systematic change by, for example, electing politicians that care about misinformation, helping people feel less disenfranchised, and supporting reliable sources of information. Misinformation is a symptom of much larger systemic issues ranging from social inequalities to inadequate legal infrastructures. Like you've got to be very careful in general, because like some people find you vulnerable, find all of us vulnerable when you decide, or when you made up your mind that you're gonna go with this like information source, or with this like news source, and those people who are going to like spread some fake news, probably they are in a position to be able to like misuse this source of information that you trust or that you rely onto too much. So like be very careful about that. So in this conversation we are going to go through this and other questions related to this topic. If you want to listen just the audio version of this conversation, you can download it from our Telegram channel. The link to the channel is in the description below. I hope you enjoy this conversation. Let's get started. Okay, Idibek, tell us about the article that you're reading.
Okay, I tell you what I understand from this text. The text it's about it's about killing people's mind. It's about fake news that killing people's mind. Tim Cook, that he is the head of Apple, he said that we should do some technologies or some tools that to stop the spread of falsehood, but without impinging on freedom of speech. We have to find any way do things, but without impinging on freedom. And also Cook said that called for governments to lead information campaign to track down on fake news. He said these things in his interview in British national newspaper. Also he said that here the important things start here from election in United States, that I mean it was in 2016. In text he said that recently about the recently election, it means in 2017, yes?
2020. Like every 4 years there was an election in the US. Like when Trump was elected, it was 2016, and when Biden was elected, it was 2020.
Yes. Okay. Cook said that in this election, Trump and Clinton they use a lot of fake news to
promote their campaign, right?
Yes, for their supporters, they use a lot of fake news in Facebook and other social medias, and they click it and spread in all of the USA, and really it killing the citizens of United States minds.
Yes.
And here is also about the how many was from
pro Clinton and pro Trump, right?
Yes, from Clinton, okay. Or from Trump, from
pro Clinton. Pro Clinton, it means for the support of Clinton. Pro Trump means for the support of Trump. So
Yes, pro-Trump there are 0.92 to pro-Trump fake news and
Mm-hmm.
0.23 pro-Clinton fake news.
Okay.
Uh,
Like, how many, like, whose fake news are more? So it is pro Trump or pro Clinton?
who what?
Who has got more fake news?
Fake
Clinton or
news?
Trump? Yes,
Trump. Yes,
there are more
pro-Trump.
pro Trump fake news, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I think we are going to go to the next part, and it is about like the discussion part. Then I'm gonna ask you. So it should be illegal to publish fake news. What do you think? What are your opinions on this topic?
Illegal?
Yeah, illegal.
Yes, yeah. I think that fake news is
Why?
illegal
Why do you think?
because
Why do you think it should be illegal?
how the author said it's really killing people's mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The citizen of any country, they don't know. Not all of them. They are political. They are not
Simple
political.
citizens. Typical citizens, right?
Yes, yes. They don't
Mm-hmm.
know about the plan of politician.
Mm-hmm.
They lied. They
Okay.
lied. And I think it have to be illegal in every country.
Okay.
Fake news.
Okay. Uh, you can go like a little deeper in this question and like dive deep into like very tiny details why it should be illegal, but that's okay. So let's move to the next one. Galina, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Next question is for you. Anyone with any intelligence should be able to tell immediately if a story is fake. What do you think?
I don't think so, but
Why not?
the way to speak about that? It's will be it will be
Yes.
a person who can we trust, who can we trust, I think, and
Mm-hmm. Like a very like simple example of this can be like this. For example, you have two neighbors. It is Anton and Jackson. Jackson writes that, oh, I am like I don't know, I am growing the best apples. Oh, they both live in Russia, and Jackson and Anton, they are neighbors. And Jackson like announced on his Telegram channel or everywhere else that he's growing bananas in Russia, which is impossible. But Anton knows about this, and he knows that like he's lying because he's his neighbor. And should Anton like go to newspapers or tell everybody that he's lying, that his news is fake, or shouldn't he do that? What you're saying is that like he shouldn't do this. Anton shouldn't tell everybody that Jack is lying about him growing banana in Russia. What do you think?
I think Anton shouldn't talk everyone before he didn't speak with his neighbor and try to understand why he put the false news, fake news.
Yeah, that is like a probable way. So Anton shouldn't tell everybody that he's lying, right?
You shouldn't talk, I think.
Okay. So if he doesn't, talk to everybody, then the next thing that Jack is going to say that I don't know, maybe he's growing dates in Russia. Then everybody from from United Arab Emirates, from Iran, from Saudi Arabia, where they usually grow dates. They fly to Russia to buy dates from Jack. I think that would be a very chaotic situations to witness. So, like, okay, I think Anton should tell everybody, but let's see. Gulia, are you here? Hello?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Let's go. Next one is your question. Politicians have always lied, and fake news is nothing new. What do you think about this?
One second. Am I understand right? Political news is always the news is lie?
No, people, politicians, those people lie. Okay?
Yes,
And
yes.
fake news, in other words, means lying. So this statement is saying that like politicians lie, newspapers lie, everybody lies. So it is nothing new. You don't have to worry about it too much. So what do you think?
I'm agree with the statement. Mainly in Russia, we not get true or right news. And every time when you open TV or internet, you see any similar news about and this news all time so tragically, so
like if you, I think, open some browser like Yandex and other news sources, I don't think you see any negative news about the politicians. Most you see is probably some untruthful scandal, or it is just a praise.
When I which news I follow? Do you ask this?
No. I'm not asking anything. I'm just like telling you that if you for example get your news from Yandex or other, let's say VK, and those news are not like about the right people. It is all the praise but politicians. So there's nothing, I think, tragic. If it is tragic, it is about some people. Somebody crashed down, did something like this. So bad news about poor people, nothing else. Do you agree with me?
I don't know, because I'm very very impressive for news. Impressed for news, and I never open the news channel, or all time when I use TV, I use only the program like Discovery or Nature. And what about bad news? Yes, mostly it's about it's link with poor people.
Yes.
And if скажите, богатые, забыла.
Rich.
If with rich man, if he do something bad, we know this. Мы узнаем об этом последними.
Yeah. We know about this the last.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Shamsa, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Let's go. So we go to extra questions. What is the main purpose of a news company?
I think the main purpose of a news company is to inform people what is going around them. But unfortunately, nowadays, news companies have forget about their main purpose, and as everything in our world, news companies also try to practice to monetize, yes, news, and they are always make news colorful, attractive, just to attract more viewers, readers, and make more money.
Yeah.
And I think that even like big news company also published lots of fake news. If you notice that, for example, in situation of some conflict, news agencies of one, for example, conflict between two countries, for example, one news company from one country has its own view of the situation, and another has its own, and they are quite different. And every news agencies just looking for their выгода,
benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I do agree with you. Okay, let's go. Idibek, now it is your turn. Do you believe that the main purpose of news company is to inform people or to monetize news?
What does it mean, monetize news?
Monetizировать. Make money out of it. For example,
money, yes.
for example, do you read news? Hello, do you read news? So
yes.
tomorrow they say, oh, like there are a lot of bad drugs here in your city, and there was another company who is a saver of humanity, and they came with a new drug that can replace 10 other drugs. It is cheaper. This is called advertisement, and the newspaper gets money for that. So that is called like the monetization, the monetizing. So what do you think?
I think the newspaper, you can say, the news company, they don't inform people and they don't monetize news. I have another opinion.
Okay.
I think all of them in our world, they spread their ideology in our time, especially in 21st century.
For example, who?
All of
ideology.
In every, especially USA news companies, like Radio Free,
yes.
and like there was another, I forgot about it, human watch right, and all of them. And I know that in this thing about fake news and about spread ideology, Jews, in Israel, Jews are leader in the world, I think, and they rule social media in the world, and I think they don't get their purpose not get money or inform people. They want to spread their ideology and rule the world.
Do you think so?
Okay, can I ask you back one question?
Yeah.
For example, you mentioned Freedom Radio newspaper. In case of our country, you as a government worker, how can you explain the freedom radio? Yes, radio.
Yeah, the radio freedom. Like they,
because
like
I just wanted to say that Adibex thinks that the main purpose of news agencies is not to monetize news, but in case of Freedom Radio, you know that USA financing
funds.
this news agency, and even just I think that they can to publish some news, even anti-government news. Why did they do this? Maybe just for money, maybe because кто платит, тот заказывает музыку. Who pays? Yeah, who pays? Who тот, как сказать? Order music or
who
not?
Who pays? Yes. Who pays the order to music?
Yeah.
Okay. I know. In the world or in every country, there are some news companies that they only inform, especially government news companies. They only inform. Their purpose not to monetize or get money. They only inform the citizens. And there are also some news companies that they get money. They get money, I know. But in the world, the main purpose of the newspapers or the news companies is how I say it rule. Killing people's mind. I think
their purposes are different, quite different. I agree with you. Their purposes are quite different. And that radio that you're talking about, like Freedom Radio,
yes.
Like they have their channels everywhere in every country. So it is not only in like Asian countries. It is in Russia, it is in Kazakhstan, it is in Europe, it is everywhere. So you don't have to say like they have company there. They have their news agencies everywhere. And on the case that you are telling, they are not directly or right now monetizing their company or their news. Probably from 80 to 90%, I can agree with you. Yeah, let's go, Shanaza. What did you want to say?
I just want to say that here is private news agencies are more than just government news agencies, and not too much people's read government agencies. I think the private they are more popular among the people than government.
Okay. So the purposes are different.
Yes, of course, the purposes are different.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree with you. But like when you see deep down, so you're like saying that spreading the ideology, it is when you gain the power and you can have the money. Do you agree with me? Hello?
When we what? When we what?
When you get the power, when you gain the power, you can make
Yes.
money. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
So, which means gaining power equals a lot of money. So, the end, it is not directly monetizing, but if you look far, like from the now, you can say that like deep down, it is
money.
It is somehow about money. You got the
Yes,
idea,
yes.
right?
Yes, you are right.
And I think you can talk about this even a little more. It's getting interesting because that is why you cannot like substitute dollars. Do you agree with me?
Yes, yes.
You know, like there are, let's say like 7.5 billion people on the earth, and 200 countries, and you cannot replace dollars. Is that interesting?
Yes.
That is interesting. Yes, that is interesting. Let's go. Thank you guys for your responses. It was like really great. Galina, how about you? Next question is for you. What is fake news? Tell me. Hello, hello. Okay, Galina, are you here?
Yes, I am sorry.
Okay.
Fake news,
Go on.
it's news that exaggerates or misrepresents the fact for profit by someone.
Okay. Do you believe like what you hear on the news?
No, of course not. I don't believe.
How many
What I
percent of that? How many? Okay, first of all, tell me why.
In our country, I know a lot of news and of
Let's make it international. Okay, why do you think let's say international? Like when we have a very good proverb. You know what is proverb? Proverb.
I say
Proverb?
that I don't listen and read world news because I'm not interested in political or politician. I don't know how they say.
No. I'm asking you, do you know what is proverb?
Proverb, what does it mean? I don't understand.
Proverb. Proverb это пословица.
Proverb.
Yes, it is. There's a proverb that tells, like it is in another language, it says, when the water is in your house, it is dirty. You know? Like when...
в твоем доме.
Yes, it is dirty, but the neighbors, or you can say like your flower is not beautiful, but your neighbor's flower is beautiful. You know, it looks like this. When we say our country, it looks like our country is bad, but other countries are good. No, they probably, we can say they're worse than us. That's why.
Трава на соседнем участке зеленее, like this.
Oh, thank you.
Это
so
кажется заблуждение.
Yes, there is a, like in our language as well, a proverb like that. Let's go. Tell me about like not local, but in general. Tell me, like, why don't you believe in everything you hear?
I think all in our world depends on your way, and I don't know how to.
Depends on what? On your views?
Or your view, of course, от восприятия, интерпретации.
Interpretation. Yes.
Interpretation.
What are your interpretations? Why don't you believe? For example, I believe if they say like someone died, I believe it 100%.
When I open my internet browser, I can see a lot of news about the queen is alive, the person some died, and I'm laughing at it and go next to my deal.
Okay.
It's all about news. I don't
Okay.
know how to. Я не знаю, как это по-английски сказать в пределах тех знаний, что у меня есть. Работать.
Пределы could be the limits. Okay. I know the limits.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the limits where I should stop believing or where I should believe. Like I don't know the exact scientist. He said that the more I learned, the more I became aware that I am stupid. Like, and there was another thing that you are way smarter than you think you are. You are way stronger than you think you are. And I can also say that we overestimate our abilities, our intelligence. We overestimate. We are less aware of everything around us. We are less aware than we think we are. You got me? We know less. We know less about our environment than we think we know. Yes. In reality, we know less.
I agree with that.
Than we think we know. You know? Like, every time something happens, it surprises you. Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I heard a great man saying that whenever you say you know something, you stop learning. When you stop learning, you do not know, which means, like, I think we're pretty dumb. Yeah, it is either this or the next option is that we are too dumb, you know? Like, we believe everything. We are naive.
Too dumb?
Dumb is naive. Глупый.
Naive?
Yes.
Naive?
Naive. Naive это наивный,
It's about
глупый.
silly?
Yeah, so. Okay,
Like
thank you.
Silly?
Yes. Thank you. Let's see. Gulia, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's go. Next one is for you. Can you think of an example of fake news that destroyed a person's life and future?
When I read this statement and see this question, I go to the Google and research this question and tell about person when coronavirus period the many persons who not ill. For example, Russian man come back from Spain.
Yes.
And обвинили, как будет его обвинили?
Accuse him.
Accuse him. He get coronavirus and he continued be in community.
Yes.
He not, что он не самоизолировался.
He was not isolated.
He was not isolated, and
finally he died.
No, finally, journalist learned his address.
Yes.
Come to his house and did reportage.
Yes.
And it's very awful because the man not guilty for some these things. Yes. And if I was instead this man, I was died. Yes.
Okay, I would have died, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Next one. What do you think of the applications on the internet that generate fake news? Hello?
Yes. Can you...
The applications on the internet, for example, like Wall Street Journal, and it is New York Times, the Washington Post, the Guardian.
Mhm.
What do you think of these like applications on the internet that generate fake news? Not these exactly, but in general, the applications that make fake news. What do you think of them?
As we discuss about monetizing,
Mm-hmm.
all this application for monetizing, of course, and if someone can, for example, I cannot understand it's true news or fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not use these channels,
Mm-hmm.
and mainly trust social социальные чаты,
Social chats.
social chats. Yes.
Yeah, that is a great thing. I also like 100%. I believe only my grandma and my grandfather. So thank you. Let's go. Next one is going to be Shanaza. What do you think about constant bombardment of the same news from the media? For example, there are applications and there are media. Like it is TV, it is like Facebook, it is this and that. Like what do you think of this? Bombardment means like they're throwing thousands of news every hour. What do you think about this?
What do you think about the constant
Yes, of the same news from the media.
Вы можете перевести это на таджикский? То, что каждую минуту
For example, there are applications and there are media. Application, приложения. Okay, like Facebook and everything. But there are constant bombardment from media news, like the channels whose purpose is only media, whether it is YouTube channel, whether it is TV channel, whether it is like, let's say they have, I think, Apple News, Google News, Facebook News, and all these, like, these are special applications and special channels. What do you think about even these, like, channels or companies? They make it even worse. For example, if you go to Instagram, probably like 5% or 10% of that is news and the rest is something else. But when you go to like the news, for example, let's say if you have Google News, 100% is news. And they're giving you news like every hour. Oh, for God's sake, if you are subscribed to their like newsletters, you're dead. You're dead, yes. What do you think about all this?
I think that now I'm not able to understand anything.
Yes. You're trying to. You're trying to say something, and your brain is like telling you sleep, pillow, right?
No, but I honestly didn't get the point.
Okay, let's go. Galina, how about you? Did you get the point of this question?
Can you repeat this question, please?
Question number 7.
Number 7. Just a second. What do you think about the constant bombardment of the same
news from the media?
I don't understand what does it mean. Bombardment.
Okay, bombardment means throwing bombardment. Bombardment means throwing a lot of
This
news.
easy.
Yes,
Um,
bombardirovka.
I think it is our everyday routine. We got a lot of news from the environment. I don't know. The constant bombarded of the news from the media.
Okay,
Well,
like let me explain it myself. Bombardment means like offering or providing with a lot of different news. And if we go to other apps in general, the apps that like their main purpose is not spreading the news, but in some level they do spread the news. And when we go to those places, we are probably attracted or to some other stuff rather than news. But when we go to, or when we are subscribed to their channels or to their newsletters or to their social media accounts, in this case, like when you go to their pages or when you open our apps, it doesn't matter where. So we see like a lot of like stress coming, stress, misinformation, garbage, in like to which degree to which degree we are distracted or we are destroyed or our brains are bombarded depends on how much time we spend on those apps. If we spend less time, we are like enough lucky to save some energy mental like on doing other stuff. But if we are not lucky or if we are not smart enough to control our time spent on those platforms, we will end up wasting a lot of energy, especially mental, and we get stressed. And at the end of the day, we feel exhausted mentally, and like they kind of like bind or like your hands and legs, so you don't know what to do next. Like, and probably like several percent like of that news which you consume and like based on which you make some decisions or do not make decisions, or a lot of time hesitate to make some decisions, like to some degree several percent of those news every day is a lie, it's fake. And which means you are getting stressed, you are getting like getting stressed, you're losing a lot of energy on nothing, on nothing. You're not getting anything out of it, and because literally it is just a lie or fake news, but you end up losing a lot of your time and energy, which is the truth. It is not, unfortunately, just the media fake, it is news. Okay, let's go to the next part. I'm gonna ask Idibek, are you here?
Yes,
Okay, let's go. Answer this question. Do you follow the news?
Yes, I follow.
Why?
I hear and I watch every day.
Okay.
News.
Okay, I listen and you listen and you watch. Okay, why?
Why I want to
be informed?
Inform about events in first of all in our country, and then about the world, what's happening in the world.
Great. Where do you get your news from?
I get my news first of all from government's TV, government's news companies, and after that from abroad. There are some. news companies
Okay.
as Euronews or from Turkish news that I know Turkish language. I listen them. Some of
Okay.
their news companies as A Haber and TRT Haber and other news TVs.
Okay.
Or TRT
Okay.
World they have also.
Yeah. TRT, right? Okay. Cool. Let's go, Shanaza. Can you answer these questions?
I forgot one channel, one TV.
Yes.
It's Al Jazeera.
Al
I listen
Jazeera.
them.
Does I have in Turkish?
No, in English. I try to
Wow, great.
I
Always do
improve
that.
my English.
Yeah, it is great. Al Jazeera is very popular. You can continue watching it. It helps you. Thank you. Shanza, let's move on to you. So do you follow mainstream news media?
Yes, I follow some
Okay.
on social medias, and of course official account of some big news agencies, but they are so difficult to understand. I can't imagine how they write news. They are really difficult to understand. Also, I follow. I think I every day check some official websites of some our government authorities, just to be aware what's happening in my country.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And but I don't watch news on TV
Okay.
because it's too long. It's too long. For example, you have sometimes you can just read the title, the headline, and just be aware what is going on, and it's not не обязательно, it's not necessary to read the whole news, the whole text.
Like, it has good parts, good sides, and bad sides. Bad side is that you cannot understand everything by just reading the title. That is the first.
Of course,
the first
not
thing.
every news, just some of them you can.
No, it is not only for you. I'm the same. That is not only for you. Just in case if you feel guilty, it is only it's for all of us. When we are, this is a problem of bombardment. When we have billions of news and we cannot spare like time to read all of them and all of the articles fully. The thing that we need to just to go through the headlines, as you said. Oh, now we are smart. I read all the news, blah, blah, blah. We all do the same. This is the problem of news bombardment. It is not the problem of us. You got me?
But I think I am strong on my opinion because we have we should have ability to analyze. We just don't need to read all of news. For example, I know a person when the situation in Afghanistan was just только начало ухудшаться.
Start getting worse.
Start getting worse. Every person in Tajikistan there was like the expert from Afghanistan, the expert for Afghanistan, because everyone checked every few minutes, every 5 minutes checked news. But just I know one person who didn't do this because he was able to analyze what will happen, and what will be the next step, or maybe of Taliban new government. I just want to say that we have to be able to analyze. We don't need to read the whole news, because there are lots of fake news and there are lots of ميغان كود أخذ من رانجو بور كارديجي.
Colorized.
Colorized. Yes.
Colorful. Yes, not color. Great points. And here is the next question. If you do not understand if you do not see the full picture, how are you going to analyze?
Sensitive.
Oh, okay, I 110% I support you, because if we cannot analyze that is a very terrible situation. But tell me how. If you do not see the full picture, how are you going to analyze?
Then
Okay.
you should.
You should read, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not like the supporter or the opposer. I'm just asking, like, how do you analyze if you do not have the full concept of something?
I'm not telling that you should read just the headline of every news. Just some of them. Hierarchy. It's from the most necessary to the least necessary. For example, you know that, for example, this news can't affect you, your country, your friend, your family. You just need to be aware. That what's happening.
Gotcha.
But if it doesn't affect you, why should you waste your time?
Gotcha.
Just get more important.
I gotcha. Like, first you analyze the titles, like which are, as you said, in hierarchy,
Important.
right? Which are the most and which are the least, and you go through the least and checking out. And when you get to the most important ones, like you go, like you probably read twice. I got you. Good point. Okay. Let's go. Julia, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Next question is for you. Do you think fake news is a problem?
Yes, of course, because it is when we live in live world, we not мы не можем принимать правильные решения.
Make good decisions.
Make good decisions, yes. And how you told, analyze all pictures. It is not simple.
Yes.
And when we get so mainly fake news, I can, for example, talk about situation about Ukraine and Russia. When Russia says the people who live in Ukraine подвергаются насилию.
Okay, they are suffering. They are suffering violence.
Еще раз можете повторить?
They are suffering violence.
They are suffering violence, and all time TV shows this это утверждение.
This statement.
The statement, but Ukraine says, why are you from our territory and
Destroy?
destroyed, yes. And how people make analyze and understand all these pictures, I don't know, because in my family, the part of my family think Russia is right, another part thinks Ukraine is right.
Yeah,
It's very difficult.
that is a very controversial situation. That is very controversial situation. But because you like cannot make decision even with let alone a big country or city or a like town or a village in your family, you see like this like misinformation, because when you cannot like go and interview every like real witness to see the full picture. I do agree with you. Yeah, like this is very controversial topic, because you cannot see the full picture, so you cannot make a good analysis, you know. That
Yes.
that is very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Okay, let's go. Galina, number 6. Have you noticed that nowadays no one is talking about fake news? Why do you think this is happening? Hello?
Just a second, my little daughter took my place. The number 6.
Yeah. Have you noticed that nowadays no one is talking about fake news? What do you think?
I know that program from the TV show Fake News, and someone speak about that.
So,
Talking about fake news.
so you mean like people are talking about fake news, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think social media helps people to be informed and get news in a different perspective, free of news companies and governmental agendas?
I think the fake news often has the aim of making money through advertising or revenue, and also fake news as always.
Like for example, social media. Social media is like Instagram, Facebook, or some other platforms. Let's say Telegram. You have, a person who is not a journalist, or who does not work in any company, and he does not work for the government. He doesn't work for anybody. He's just, let's say, a teacher, or let's say a nurse, and he works in a city where like something is going on. Let's say it is a simple life. Let's say it is a controversial topic, and when like these words or these situations, events happening in this city, this person every day or twice a week or 3 times a week, he posts. Let's say it is like Jackson posts about his city, the situation, and his pictures, or the pictures of the like women, of men, of children, and of other like members of the society. And he does not like gain money. He does not work for anybody. He's just like a simple nurse, like doctor or teacher. He just like he likes sharing the news and the information about his city or his town. Like in this, if you look at this question like this, so do you think this is less biased and a better way of informing other people with no lies, no fake? Do you think this is the case or not?
Правильно ли я поняла то, что произошло? То есть в наши дни большинство людей, которые не занимаются специально репортажами и не являются журналистами, так или иначе выкладывают новости, заметки о том, что происходит у них в городе, делятся этим, и никто из них не говорит о...
Смотрите, допустим, доктор там живет в Ohio, допустим, да, это такой не так уж популярный штат в Америке. Там живет, то есть он не политик, нигде не работает, ну нет никаких там news company, на государство тоже не работает. Он только или доктор, или там учитель. И там 3 раза в неделю, допустим, он постоянно 3 раза в неделю выкладывает какие-то фотки о том, как у них работает школа, как работает как работает мэр, как работает, допустим, губернатор, как работает, да, или какие улучшения делали или не делали. Это просто пост. То есть он ни на кого не работает. Это просто учитель или просто доктор. Как вы думаете, это хорошо, плохо, или это есть настоящая новость или нет?
It's his opinion. It's their opinion. Why not делиться?
Sorry?
Share.
What you're saying? They cannot share?
Why they cannot share? I think they can do that. It's not a problem. It's a news for these citizens and neighbors.
Do you think this is a pure news, a clean news? Do you think this is a true news?
If it's not a news, it's a fact. If the government build a new school or plant some trees, you can share this news. It's like a fact. So there's work.
Yes. Like the facts can also be news. So I think like this is a more real news. Okay, let's go back.
Real news.
Okay. Let's go to.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go to channels up. Okay. Now, next question is: have you noticed that when an article gets published, you can find the exact or similar copy of that article in every single news website or blog?
Yeah, very similar. For example,
why do you think this happens?
Maybe journalists just copy news from another how can I say,
News source?
Another their co-workers. And they just don't want to work. I think it's more popular in case of some of government agencies, because they're the one most popular sentence that I can't say it in English. It's like, as for example, as we were informed from, for example, from MFA, and the last news is just the copy of news from MFA website. Ну, из-за этого поэтому очень много похожих, прям точь-в-точь.
Okay, I got you. Do you think that journalists should be accounted for their articles that they produce?
Accounted?
Accounted, yes.
Should
Like
be
if there is
accounted.
like the attention. For example, if something is wrong,
Yes,
if
of course.
Why?
Yes, they should be, because not only journalists, maybe the redactor, yes, redactor,
What is redactor?
редактор как бы компании. Должность такая.
Maybe director
Redactor?
of
Director?
news company.
Okay, yes, director of news company, because I guess they understand that the news they published read thousand of people.
Okay.
It's the news should be written in correct, in right form, and of course not to be fake.
Yeah. And also they should write the news in a language that people do not understand.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. Oh my god. For example, I follow some news agencies that they write only in Tajik, and I came across lots of new words that they are not even Tajik. And I don't know why the people do this. For
Yeah.
example, I think another problem of lots of news agencies is that you can find one news, for example, in Russian, and you need the English form. You just click and search the translation in English. You just can't find this because the journalist didn't translate this and didn't post it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
another.
Like when you see this happens, for example, when you see that like you don't understand your native language, you say and you see, am I even Tajik? Do I even know this language? Okay, let's go to the next part. Debate, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, what persuasive strategies make fake news seem to be true? Like, what strategies or what things make fake news seem to be true?
Okay, I think the journalists they speak as they believe them. They believe them. They seems to the support to the people that they watch them. They do like this, that it's true. They believe in them.
It looks true, right?
Yes. Говори много гамезананда.
I got you. Confidently. They speak confidently.
Yes, they speak confidently. It make it seems true.
I knew like guys who had great news topics, articles, but they didn't believe in their own articles, but they did it anyway. They wrote it anyway. And like you see when they show this face of confidence that they believe in their resources, the readers or the viewers really believe in it. Yeah, I do agree with you. Let's go. Galina, now it is about you. What topics are likely to be the focus of fake news? Hello.
Yes, I am.
Okay. What reporters want to talk about? Like what topics want they to talk about?
Just second topic.
Yes.
Sorry.
Дашь, пожалуйста, шерстяные носки?
I'm so sorry.
It's so cute.
Conversation topic about socks is really main focus of fake news. Let's go.
My little daughter. It's very funny.
What can
I
you
think
tell
it's
us?
about kids and their education.
About education?
About kids and their education for kids.
Okay. I never get news about kids.
Learning at school and coming home and saying with their parents.
Yeah, like I think the topics, if we collectively define them, they usually focus on the worst and most negative news, right?
Focused on our
fake news usually focus on negative.
Worst and most negative news. I got a problem with my connection. What about the worst? Почему худшие?
Yes, like I think these topics. Why are the topics some topics better than others?
Так, какой фокус? На какой теме лучше сфокусироваться?
No, question number 3. What are some topics better than others? Why are some topics?
Какие темы лучше, чем другие?
Почему некоторые статьи лучше, чем другие?
Я могу сказать это по-русски, но я вообще не представляю, как это... Я до этих вопросов не дошла. Как сказать это по-английски?
Wow. Oh, that is not good. Okay, next time get ready, guys. So, like, this is the most vital part of our lesson. So, Julia, are you here? Can you answer this question?
Yes, I am. But what about question? I think everyone, one topic for me is better, not better for you. I think.
Okay.
And if I like topics about children, it is not likely topics for you.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read the article, for me important this article must be quality.
High quality.
High quality. There must be more information with details.
Yes.
With photo, with it must be long topics and within fact, not water. Я хочу сказать, что это должна быть длинная статья с фактами, не с водой.
Okay, I see. Probably you would make a very good reporter on fake news. Okay. Okay. So I think the rest of this is about just fake news. So yeah, like there are like a few questions left. I think let's finish our lesson. So we're gonna finish our lesson here. Thank you everybody for participating and answering the questions. Hope to see you in our future lessons. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. But
If you have any questions, I'm listening.
No, just sleep, pillow. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Okay.
I've got one question.
Okay.
Say please, every 1 hour meetings will be recorder. Каждая ли наша встреча будет записываться?
Yes, why? You can watch our or listen to our conversations on the channel. Haven't you listened any?
I don't
So-
find.
She will one day she will find our lesson on tops on YouTube and
Oh my god!
Probably. Probably. So we'll see. So have a great night and evenings, guys. See you in the future. Bye, 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 bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video up to the end. And this means a lot to us. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel so we can create more videos like this. I hope to see you in our future conversations. Bye bye.